People think a tornado
Recording with my little brother that is annoying.
But
Oh
what if
no,
I told you
that's
there's
so
a tornado
gross.
2.6 miles wide? A tornado that grew into a monster in under 60 seconds? And one so thin it's barely visible, yet still ripping apart buildings. Today, I'm breaking down the most fascinating tornado shapes. The multi-vortex tornado. Now imagine looking at a tornado and seeing multiple smaller tornadoes rotating inside it. Distinct funnels weaving around each other in chaotic, unpredictable patterns. Multi-vortex tornadoes contain two or more suction vortices that orbit within the main circulation. Each suction vortex has its own intense rotation, layered on top of the parent tornado's rotation, creating localized wind speeds far higher than the broader storm. This creates damage patterns that look random. One house is completely erased, while the house next door is nearly untouched. The spacing between suction vortices can be 50 to even several hundred feet. As the tornado moves, the vortices rotate around the center, creating multiple damage tracks that weave in and out. Suction vortices appear and disappear rapidly. The parent tornado might exist for 30 minutes, but individual suction vortices might last only 30 seconds before dissipating and being replaced by new ones. Radar might show one circulation, but on the ground, there are 3, 4, 5 distinct funnels. For anyone sheltering, this is uniquely dangerous. You might survive the initial impact, only to have a suction vortex pass overhead seconds later with catastrophic force. Your shelter might be rated for EF3 winds, but a suction vortex with EF5 winds can exceed those ratings. Twin tornadoes. Storm chasers were tracking a dangerous supercell over Nebraska in June 2014, when the storm produced two violent tornadoes simultaneously. Not one after the other, but at the same time. Two fully independent EF4 tornadoes, side by side, both packing winds over 200 miles per hour, carving parallel paths just a mile apart through the town of Pilger. Tornadoes form when a storm's rotation concentrates into a single dominant vortex. The atmosphere typically consolidates its energy into one circulation. But in rare cases, the storm environment becomes so unstable that the atmosphere refuses to pick one and creates both. You can see both funnels in the same frame, tearing through the landscape like predators hunting in tandem. Radar signatures become crowded and difficult to interpret. For those on the ground, escape routes vanish. If one blocks the road east and the other blocks the road west, where is safety? The rain-wrapped tornado. You're looking at heavy rain, thick gray curtains of precipitation moving toward you. Except hidden inside the rain is a tornado, and you won't see it until debris starts hitting your house. Rain-wrapped tornadoes occur when a tornado becomes completely embedded within the precipitation core of its parent storm. Heavy rain surrounds the vortex on all sides, creating an impenetrable visual barrier. The tornado could be EF3 intensity with 150 plus miles per hour winds, and from any angle all you see is rain. Everything looks like a typical severe thunderstorm. You see rain, hear thunder, maybe notice stronger winds. Your brain categorizes it as severe weather, but not immediate life-threatening emergency. There's no visual trigger, no funnel, no debris cloud to override your assumption that this is just heavy rain. By the time the sound of the wind becomes loud enough to distinguish from rain noise, the tornado might already be on top of you. And at that point, you've got seconds, not minutes, to take shelter. Even experienced storm chasers struggle with these. You can be positioned perfectly, staring directly at the storm, and see nothing but rain. Radar shows violent rotation, warnings are being issued, but visually, zero confirmation until debris starts flying. The night tornado. Picture this. You're staring into pitch-black darkness, knowing something massive is moving toward you. Then lightning strikes, and for half a second you see it, a wall of destruction. Then it's gone. Complete darkness again. Night tornadoes aren't meteorologically different from daytime tornadoes. Same rotating supercells, same wind shear, same atmospheric ingredients. The terror is purely sensory. After dark, there's no sunlight to reveal the condensation funnel. No contrast against the sky. No visual warning system your brain can process. Lightning becomes your only source of information. Brief, irregular flashes that show you snapshots of a...
You can see that we removed the bed seats of the Ford F-350 and replaced it with 3 additional captain's chairs.
This is the owner shop. In here they sell insane items like owner brain rots, custom speeds, and even a max rebirth base. And right now it looks like there are currently 3
Brookhaven finally updated, and you can see on the right that they released 3 new vehicles. To test this, I called Big. Both of us are going to test the update that released. He said, this is literally the best update of all. And yes, you are right. If I take the first vehicle, you can see that it really is giant, and it has a command center. Pressing these buttons, I can lift this item, so it's going up here on top, and I want to see what its limit is. And it seems that these buttons are also up here on top. Okay, I'll have to climb up here on top, but it's a bit harder than it looks. Great, finally I did it, and now I'll be able to fix the city lights that are destroyed. Meanwhile, Big is coming here to drive this vehicle, and I'm up here on top like it's a fire truck. Okay, I don't think it can pass here. Big, be a bit careful, because I think it won't work. Okay, literally I'm at the limit of the tunnel. This year is very different, but it's the new job that was added in Brookhaven. Now I'm going to press this button again. I'm going up here on top. Now I'm turning this vehicle. Okay, this is much cooler than it looks, but I just fell. Dude, I can't believe this happened. Now Big left here. He said, everything shook out of nowhere. Yes, I noticed that, even because it was me who was up there. Big is climbing up here. He will stay in this place while I control this vehicle. Great, I'm driving this, and this is actually pretty cool. This way, I can fix light poles that are destroyed. But dude, out of nowhere this started to shake because Big is up there. Big, just look at what you did to the car. Now finally it returned to normal, but every time he stands up, the car starts to shake a lot like this. Literally, it started to shake and fell on the ground. Big, it's better that you don't do this again. Just get inside the vehicle and don't climb up there anymore. What you did was very weird, but now I'm coming here to see the functions of this vehicle. And now I crashed the car. Literally, the car doesn't pass here, which is very weird. I had never seen a car with such weird limits. Literally, I'll have to follow another path to manage to take this vehicle home. Okay, I hope we pass here in this tunnel. Everything here is going well, and it actually worked. And now finally we are returning home. And this way, I can climb up here on top like this. But it's very hard to move this item. Seriously, this here is almost impossible. Big, it's better that you press this yourself. You can see that now it returned to normal. I'm going down here below. Dude, it's very hard to control this. Okay, I'm turning exactly here, but it's almost impossible. I'm trying to go back, but I can't, and Big is pressing these buttons. This here is working. Okay, now I'm going down here, and this way I can see who is here in the room. I don't know if there is anyone here, and it seems that WX just appeared, and now you can see that he's very scared. He said, where did you get this car? This is literally the new car from the update. I can't believe you didn't know that. To control this vehicle, it takes 2 people. Big will press the buttons here so I can finally go down here below. Look,